Hello, this video will show you how to add a user and set their permissions. You must have administrator permissions in order to perform this function. You go to Admin, go to Users. You'll now get your user list populated with all your current users. To add a new one, just click on Add. This will bring up a blank new user record. Any fields with a red asterisk at the end of it are mandatory fields and must be completed for the record to be saved. So let's create our new user. I'm going to call it Joey. I'm going to add his address. I'm going to select my country from the drop-down. Select my state from the drop-down. And then when I get to the city name, I start to type the city name until I see it appear in a drop-down list, and then I select it from the list. You must enter the city name this way. You can't just type it in. You must select it from the drop-down list. Put in the zip code, because that's another mandatory field. His email address. His telephone number. And that's about all I need to fill in here. These tabs down here are generally set up by the sales rep at the time of creating the account. Click on Save. And if we look, we can see Joey is now set up in my user list. Now you'll see his permission as an administrator, but I don't want him to be an administrator. I want to change those rights. To do that, we go over here where the green shield is, and we click on that for permissions. And this is where you're going to set up his permission level. So just a brief review of what the different permissions allow. An administrator has access to all the functions available in the account. They can create and modify loads, but they also have the ability to add and modify users, set preferences, and the administrator has access to all accounting functions and all reports. A dispatcher, it has access to some admin functions, such as adding and modifying customers, shippers, and consignees. They can create and modify loads, but a dispatcher does not have any accounting or reports privileges. A sales rep is a user who earns commissions on loads for their customers. They have very limited access. They can only create loads for customers that they are assigned to. They will only see those loads and their customers. Again, they earn commissions. Then we have custom permissions. Custom permissions is where you can pick and choose what you want for this user. Sometimes combining these custom permissions can create unexpected results. So if possible, we recommend you stay with the defaults of administrator, dispatcher, or sales rep. Another thing you can do is you can mix sales rep with a dispatcher and sales rep with an administrator. What that means is that this user is going to be earning commissions on loads as a sales rep and also has the permissions of the associated administrator or the associated dispatcher. So I'm going to set up Joey to be a dispatcher sales rep. That means he's going to have permissions of a dispatcher, but he'll also earn commissions on the loads he creates as a sales rep. Click Save, and if we look at Joey, we'll now see he's a dispatcher sales rep. Now we need to set up his commission schedule. To do that, we click on the pencil to edit his details, and you'll see there's a new tab here that says Commissions. We click on that, and you'll see it says Select a Pay Schedule. So when I click in here, there are no pay schedules to set up. He's a new user. I haven't created any yet, so I need to create one. So I go to Add a New Pay Schedule. So you'll see, first of all, it asks you whether it's active or not. So you can create several pay schedules and just make them inactive if you aren't using them anymore. The types of pay schedules we have are gross, and that means he's going to get a percentage of all charges to the customers. So the load charge, the fuel surcharge, any picks and drops charges, any additional charges. Margin means he's going to get paid a commission on whatever is remaining after you take all the charges to the customer and subtract all the costs of the load. Base rate margin means that you're going to base the commission on just the base rate, no additional charges, less any of your costs. And then advanced commission, where you can actually set up a percentage of each part of that load's charges. So for this particular user, Joey, I'm going to make it gross. I'm going to say it's 10%. I'm going to make it the default commission schedule because I could have several schedules set up for each user. Then I'm going to click on this first little save up here in the middle. What that does is it saves my commission schedule. You can see here it's saved, Schedule 1, gross 10. Then I'm going to go down here at the bottom of the record and say save. And what that's doing is it's actually saving that commission with this user. So now if I go and have a look at Joey, go to commissions and click on select pay schedule, active is the schedule, gross 10% because we've saved it with his profile. And that's all there is to adding a user and setting permissions. Thank you very much.